Hello trainers, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Go Battle. So today we have Great League back open again along with Premier and also Ultra League in Season 3. But today we're going to be showcasing a team that I've kind of tweaked a little bit based on NotaSpoofer and FPSticks lineup that they kind of showcased a little bit or talked about through their Twitch stream. And what I have for today is a Skarmory lead, which was the first time actually powering one up, a Lucky Trade Swampert, and a Shadow Machamp. So without a doubt, I just want to dive into these battles and just kind of talk about my playthrough that I had with this team. So luckily, when Master Premier was just finishing up, I was having a little bit of a rough time with winning and losing matches. It was kind of like a roller coaster ride of gaining and losing points, but just studying a little bit with some of the rank 10 trainers on Twitch, I found out that some of them have been running either a Registeel or an Azumarill with either a Skarmory or a Shadow Machamp. So I didn't have too much resources, and I ended up going with a Skarmory as a lead with Swampert and Shadow Machamp in the back. So the idea with Skarmory was trying to catch a lot of the neutral matches or favorable matches, and when in doubt, if something wasn't really lining up just right, I would have to kind of risk it a little bit for Swampert as a safe switch, unless they switch into something where Machamp can really just farm down energy and just take the lead afterwards. So getting into the battles here, I didn't pay attention in the very beginning here, but I believe they had a Scrafty lead, which would have been good for us, for Skarmory. And let's see, they already disposed two of their shields, and at this point I knew that Machamp was a valuable Pokemon for this battle in itself because it's super effective against Scrafty and Abomasnow. So I wanted to be sure that I'm utilizing my shields just properly, just so I can maintain health with Machamp to win that match. And we're going to move on to the next battle here. So this team surprisingly has steadily given me positive points. The first time when I played it out, I believe I had Swampert as the lead, and I was having a little bit of issues sometimes having the grass Pokemon in the lead, and I had to switch out either to Skarmory or Machamp, and then it was a lot of catching up to do, if that was really the right term to use. But I ended up switching to Skarmory lead and been pretty steady with my 3s and 2s, 4 and 1s. Last night ended up getting a 5-0 at the very last set. So this team has at least given me about 250 points so far ever since Great League has started, and that's about 10 sets if I'm not mistaken. So these were battles that were played today during stream, and as you can see, I was trying to play around a little bit with Swampert, trying not to get, you know, the safe swap into this Tropius. Luckily, it wasn't a Razor Leaf. This would have been probably a losing match for us, but the whole idea is to get off this Sludge Wave, which we managed to do, which probably also helped us winning this match. And all we have to do now is just try to beat it to the punch with our charge attacks. So I'm doubling up here on Hydro Cannon with just one extra energy farmed just for the next Pokemon in case it's being switched. And what I did here is I switched into Skarmory very quickly before they threw a Leaf Blade, and they actually shielded there, which was perfect. Now, they probably would have been smart enough maybe to farm down extra energy to take on my Swampert, but I believe either we won CMP tie or we actually had enough energy first before we can let go. No, I think they won CMP tie here, but they didn't have enough energy for an Earthquake, so we managed to double up on Hydro Cannons to let go on the Stunfisk, and then we had enough energy for this Tropius to let go, and we actually won this match. So this would have been very, very close with those few scenarios that I pointed out between not having a Razor Leaf Tropius and not having that Stunfisk with that Earthquake at the end with Swampert. So typically with these matches with Azu as the lead, I'm still very unfamiliar with this team, and especially with Skarmory because this is really my first time using it. What I've been kind of playing out a little bit is farming up enough energy, or at least the pattern that I've been seeing is farm enough energy and have enough for maybe a Brave Bird and a Sky Attack, and then go with the Brave Bird first. Sometimes trainers would want to wait until you let go of your first move, and then they'll let go of their Ice Beam or their Hydro Pump afterwards to create that kind of pressure with Skarmory, as you can see right here. So I quickly switched into Swampert, and was very surprised that they didn't switch into any other counter. So I had to take this Ice Beam. I farmed down very aggressively, so now I have about 2 Hydro Cannons ready to go. It's definitely going to force a shield here, so I just end up going with a Sludge Wave first, and then I believe I go with the Hydro Cannon afterwards. So they pretty much let go of this Pokemon. I'm not sure why. They possibly had something a little weak in the back, but it's a Deoxys, so I just had enough energy to let go another Hydro Cannon, and they didn't shield there either. And I just brought in my Shadow Machamp just so they can dispense their energy on him. At this point, all Machamp can do is just threaten for a shield, so I just kept farming down a little bit more energy and just let go of this Cross Chop, and they finally shielded. And at this point, I just went in with Skarmory, and I believe we just didn't have enough energy to win this match. So the only thing I probably lost out in this match is the fact that if I could have had maybe one Pokemon charge to a specific attack, we probably could have won, but you guys let me know in the comments how that one goes. Felt like I could have won that match, but didn't work out for that situation. So moving on to the next battle. We may showcase it in this video, who knows. But the one team so far that does not work because of just the team comp in itself is the so-called toxic team. So that's Bastiodon in the lead with 2 grass Pokemon in the back. You can see they got to surrender here when they switch into Marrow, but there's just really, for me, no way of winning that matchup. Now, when I first started off with this team and experiment a little bit, having Swampert as the lead actually wins the match with that Bastiodon Double Grass lineup, but in this situation, having Skarmory as the lead, we pretty much automatically lose. I tried playing it out a little bit to see how we can maybe sacrifice a Pokemon to win switch, but it just doesn't work out whatsoever. So Skarmory versus Skarmory lead, it's kind of interesting. I think it's usually one or the other trainer waiting for them to let go of the Brave Bird before they let go of the Sky Attack. So what I ended up doing is charged up some energy, and then I went into my Swampert to let go a Hydro Cannon. And at this point, I'm still wanting to protect my Skarmory depending on what they have in the back, so I went in with Machamp, and they had a Meganium. So what I did here is just letting go of this Rock Slide, and my idea is to not shield most likely with this Machamp. I don't believe the clock, oh no, I do actually. So the clock does come up here, which is great, and we have a Scrafty in the back as the finishing Pokemon. So my strategy there was to be sure that both Pokemon had enough health just in case we have that kind of coverage for the last Pokemon at the very end. So we swapped before they got to the Power Up Punch, and at this point now we're just farming down, and we're not going to let go of our Charge Attack because they have one more shield to let go. So it was perfect that we actually shielded there with that foul play. Would have been a different situation if that was the case. And I believe that was a 5-0? No, that was a 4-1. So that was a pretty good match right there. Pretty good set. So going back to the conversation with this team, sometimes I would have issues if I swap into Swampert. If they have a grass counter swap that comes right in, it causes a lot of headaches with this team. But sometimes if you play it out right, if you switch it where Swampert has enough energy, he can at least dispose a shield against the trainer, or they'll have at least some sort of damage against the other Pokemon, where Machamp and Skarmory could kind of come in and finish it up. So this is a tricky situation. We don't win this matchup as far as I recall. So what I wanted to do here is get rid of Sky Attack first before maybe I switch out. This is my first time actually again playing with Skarmory as a lead versus Dugong, so I wanted to see how I can actually play this out. I definitely wanted an Icy Wind to go through, and I wanted to see if they're actually going to shield, but they actually charged up to a second Icy Wind, and I ended up wanting to shield just to maintain health a little bit with Skarmory. So I switched into Machamp just to force them to switch into another Pokemon, and their counter that they have was Toxicroak. So this lineup, we actually don't, or this matchup, we don't win the situation here. Even though I have 2 cross chops ready, and they do have at least a shield, which I imagine they're going to utilize it right here just to win the switch advantage. And oh, nope, they don't. Maybe it's the wrong match, but here we go. They're going to switch back into their Azumarill. So this gives me a little bit of hope as far as Swampert play towards the end of this battle. So what I'm going to do here is most likely come in with Swampert. Nope, I come in with Skarmory to go with the Brave Bird to definitely inflict damage or utilize, or have the Cherry utilize their last shield, which that's what they actually do. So I charge up just a little bit of energy. If this is a Hydro Pump, I believe this knocks us out, but for the most part, people usually run Play Rough and Ice Beam. So we got really lucky there, and they switched right back into their Dugong, which is perfectly fine because we do have to take it out with Swampert anyways. And we went back into a Azumarill, and this is going to knock us out. So really it's just a race to the charge move at this point, and I believe we just have enough for a Brave Bird, and we win this match. So they were super close to an Ice Beam. They had to been at least a bubble or 2 away, and yeah, we win that match. So that was a pretty good matchup right there. And let's move on to the next battle. So this team has been surprisingly good. I wanted to try FPSticks team that he mentioned about. I don't know if he posted the video or not already, but he was having a Registeel in the mix with a Swampert and I believe it's a Skarmory or Machamp. I don't remember now, but I didn't have, at least I didn't want to power up a Registeel that's not really PvP IV worthy. I did manage to do a special trade last night, and I did get a good one, and I ended up wanting to give it a shot. So we'll see how it goes, but this was kind of the team that I made up, and surprisingly it's just been working. As long as, like I said, we can dodge the grass types at the right time, we can pretty much win matches really easily. So they come in with their Skarmory here, which is perfect because we have 2 Hydro Cannons ready to go. The whole idea is to inflict shields or damage amongst this trainer before we bring in our next Pokemon. So they dispensed one of their shields, and we just had enough energy for another Hydro Cannon, which is perfect. So this is probably another shield, yep, that they're going to use. So now they don't have any shields, and this gives us enough energy for Skarmory to come in. So a Brave Bird or a Sky Attack is not going to do anything for us, and they use a Sky Attack. So let's see, I think we may shield here. Nope, we don't. Okay, so we're going to let's see, go to a Sky Attack and then maybe switch into Machamp and farm down and be ready for the next Pokemon. Yep, so we get 1 Cross Chop in, and we have a Marowak in the back. So this is really good for us, I believe. I've seen a lot of situations so far with this lineup, this team comp, that they have Marowak in the back as a closing Pokemon, and it just makes it very easy for Machamp. So if I really play it out where Swampert is that safe switch, Machamp kind of rocks it out, being as a closing Pokemon, having Cross Chop and Rock Slide. Covers a lot of the meta, or at least the popular Pokemon when we play Great League here. So moving on to the next battle, let's see what they have. We have an Abomasnow, so this is actually good for us. We may expect a switch. Sometimes I think in this situation they end up staying in and then just going with Weather Ball, which is good. So we're just farming up a little bit extra, and we're gonna let go of a Sky Attack. So they switch into an Umbreon, which is perfect for Machamp. I believe they're not going to shield here because there's no reason to. I was thinking this was a foul play, but this was actually a last resort that came in, so it did some nice damage to Shadow Machamp. He is just a little glassy. Even I think Foul Play can create that much damage as well too, if not a little bit less than Last Resort. But Azumarill comes in and we just chipped away 50% damage, which is perfect. So we have Swampert come in, and we're going to shields just to be sure that we maintain that health. And then Abomasnow comes in, and we're going to utilize our last shield here. So what we're going to do is switch back into Skarmory because Swampert is going to be the MVP of this game. But Skarmory does a great matchup with this Abomasnow as well too, so they're gonna probably let go of Weather Ball. Is just gonna about knock us out, and we both knock out at the same time, which is awesome, which leaves enough time for Swampert to throw a Sludge Wave, and GG's for this match. So we've been pretty reluctant having matches line up just well with Azumarill. We're not really having really too much issues with Azumarill in these matchups. Usually as a lead, I try to do a Brave Bird if they don't shield, to Swampert to try to force shields, and then we usually have Machamp in the back just to take care of the rest of the game. But for the most part, this has been pretty good. So let's see what happens next. So this is not a good matchup for us, so I switched quickly into Swampert, and this is the situation that I'm talking about where we're not looking too pretty with Swampert with a Venusaur. So we did a Sludge Wave there, and they knock us out. And at this point, I believe we're just going to go with Machamp because there's no sense of wanting to bring in Skarmory because we're just going to be lined up again with the Stunfisk, and it's going to be hard counter really, really bad. So I want to see what's their other Pokemon they're going to have because Stunfisk is going to be weak against a Machamp, and it's a Azumarill. So I think at this point, having two shields down, there's not really much we can do for this matchup. So losing Switch with the grass Pokemon, like I mentioned earlier in this video, is really, really tough for this team. But there's not really much that we can do here. So I just played it out. I didn't quit or anything like that. Just because I'm still new to this team, it just gives me a little bit of idea. Just, okay, I'm going to play around and see what works. Just so it lets me know what I can expect for the next upcoming matches. So I didn't also know if we can double up on Brave Bird. So that was one of the things that I did to see how far I can charge up with energy. So we can, let's see. Yeah, we just played around at this point. We couldn't win this match. So GG's there for that match. I think I was playing around at this point. They were saving their shield for Azumarill in the back, which was pretty smart of them. And it's funny because they had so much energy left over, they actually used Hydro Pump on us. It was funny. So, can't win them all. Every team has its weakness. So, here we go. Trying to go for a 4-1 for this set. Let's probably close it up with this video with this last match here. So, we have a Abomasnow lead, and we switch right into our Swampert when they switch into their Azumarill. So this was pretty fast for a Hydro Pump, so I let it go. And at this point, I'm just going to be baiting for their shield because many cases when you switch into a Swampert into an Azumarill, they know you have a Sludge Wave. So I'm going to use that to my benefit. I'm going to go with, let's see, another bait here because I am pretty confident I can go to a Sludge Wave, and they double shield. Oh no, that was their first shield, so I'm gonna go with their second shield right here, and they end up shielding, which is not good for us. And I'm trying to figure out what we can do next, which I believe we're gonna bring in Skarmory. Yep. So I didn't pay attention. Let's see. Yep, it's an Ice Beam here, which was great. So what I'm going to be doing is farming extra energy and letting go of this Sky Attack. So this should just knock it out. Yep. And they bring in a Deoxys. So this is not looking too good for us, but we do have a shield, which I was hoping to let go of this Brave Bird before they let go of this attack. But we are going with this Brave Bird right now. And let's see if this Shadow Machamp can finish it off for us. So we have a Cross Chop ready to go. We beat Deoxys to the punch, figuratively speaking. And then we just need to get off another cross chop, which we do, and we win the match between Deoxys and Abomasnow. So again, just sometimes having Machamp as the close just wins those matches relatively easily. So there we go, guys. That was a 4-1 for that match. And we got another Scrafty, So yeah, this was the Skarmory lead team with Shadow Machamp and Swampert in the back. So it's been pretty successful for me around this elo, and hopefully this can work out for you too as well. Just gotta watch out for that double grass back kind of team with Bastiodon in the lead, or sometimes those grass switches when we switch into Swampert. But besides that, this team is very manageable when it comes to the meta and other lineups that I've faced. Like I said, I just got pretty consistent positive elos as long as the gameplay was just right. Without a doubt, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comments down below. And hopefully I'll see you guys at the next video. I'm going to be showcasing a spicy, a spicy move from my Premier set. I don't know if I'm going to do all sets with Magnezone, so expect that very, very soon. But without a doubt, stay safe and see you guys soon. Take care.